In 1992, Tupac had an idea when he created his thug life ideology or philosophy. One of his biggest, optimistic goals was to create a code of ethics throughout the United States in every ghetto. And basically, what he wanted to do was to reach everybody in every hood in America who had influence, every leader of a crew, and get them to sign a certain document that would actually make the streets a more ethical place. He had this optimistic idea that, hey, the streets are very unorganized. He was influenced by the Italian mafia, their commission, which is the body that actually deliberates and deals with problems and assigns who has what territory, and just deals with problems in general to prevent violence. Because when violence happens, investigations happen. And he was influenced by this whole Italian mafia commission thing, and he thought, hey, if I could come up with some sort of central governing body or governing document for the streets could become a more ethical place. And he actually came up with some rudimentary points, and I would like to read them to you. Alright. All new jacks must understand, if you're going to jump in the game, you might get rich, you're going to go to jail, and you're going to die. This is to the crew leaders. You are responsible for legal, financial payment commitments to the crew members. Your word must be your bond. Number 3, one crew's rat is every crew's rat. Rats are now like a disease. Sooner or later, we all get it, and they should too. Number 4, crew leader and posse crew leaders and posse leaders should select the diplomat and settle disputes. In unity, there's strength. Carjacking in our hood is against the code. Slinging to children is against the code. Number 7, having children slinging is against the code. 8, no slinging in schools or by schools. 9, since Nicky Rat opened his mouth and ratted, it has become accepted by some. We're not having it, period. 10, snitches is out of here. 11, the boys in blue don't run nothing. We do. Control your hood and make it safe for squares. 12, no slinging to pregnant women. That's baby killing. That's genocide. 13, know your target, who's the real enemy. 14, civilians are not a target and should be spared. 15, harm to children will not be forgiven. 16, attacking someone's home where their family is known to reside must be stopped or checked. 17, senseless brutality and rape must stop. 18, our old folks must not be abused. 19, respect our sisters, respect our brothers. 20, sisters in life must be respected if they respect themselves. 21, military disputes concerning business areas within the community must be handled professionally and not on the block. 22, no shooting at parties. 23, concerts and parties are neutral territories, no shooting. 24, know the code. It's for everyone. 25, be a real roughneck, be down with the code of thug life. And thug life meant the hate you give little infants, fucks everyone. Nigga means never ignorant, getting goals accomplished. Outlaw, operating under thug laws as warriors. So Tupac was a young cat. He was only 25 when he died, and he had this idea that was influenced by the Italian mafia and also the Black Panthers. The Black Panthers have ethics that they taught to their people. Nation of Islam, they have a code of ethics. They tell you what to eat. And I guess he figured the streets is the only culture that doesn't have any rules. Guys treat women disrespectfully, call them the B word. If they don't treat them as people, if they don't, if the woman doesn't want to have sex with the guy, he's going to verbally abuse her in the hood. In the hood, there's no sense of organization. Kids are outside on their own. The parents aren't watching them. When it comes to, people having disputes, nobody's trying to be a peacemaker. Peacemakers are looked at as being weak, and a lot of senseless violence happens. So what he was trying to do is he was just trying to create something, because he knew that the streets would never go away. The violence would always be there. But if he can control it and add, a code of ethics to it, maybe you can control it. And his goal was to get the leaders of every hood, the leaders of every crew, to sign this agreement and actually institute these rules in their neighborhood, and this would catch on throughout the country, and a lot of the senseless stuff would go down. And of course, this is very idealistic, very optimistic. I think eventually, as time went on, he dropped the idea, but I do think it's interesting that he thought about it in the first place. So, you know, this is just a trip down memory lane. I'm a big Tupac fan, and it's always interesting to see this stuff. Peace.